Alright, we are recording! We're back in Viscera cleanup detail because, well, it's Resident Evil 2 ended in an odd number. Hopefully I can get this to be an odd number because, it says it is, only an hour long. But, I have to do this. Get that music. Also just adjusting my... Okay. For what I hear. Oh man, it's been a while now. It's, the last recording I did in here was, in September. Which I guess is not that. There we go. I just wanted that clip. I knew I was close. I didn't think it was at that. But yeah, September. This is, actually December 7th, first completely week of December. And various things have been going on. Nothing too important or impressive or anything like that. Over this past weekend, I did something that will be interesting to see the result of, with regard to these videos. I upgraded my test system that previously was rocking a Ryzen 7 2700X to the Ryzen 7 5800X3D. So it's going to be a lot faster in various things. I don't know about video processing. Well, actually, no, I do, but I mean with the filters like what I use for this. Because with the overlays being applied, this video would typically go at 1/3 speed. I am going to be curious to see if it beats that. It should. I think that part of the reason why I go so slow is that it's, the filters are all single-threaded. So it can't take advantage of 8 cores. But these are going to be 8 much faster cores now. The heck? Why did anything go flying? Yeah, actually. And I should get bucket ready. Yeah, so it's that, the faster cores that I think will make the most difference. It's possible the massive amount of L3 cache will as well, but I don't know. It is possible that will not make it. But the much faster, the base clock of the 5800X3D is almost as fast as the boost clock of the 2700X. I think that's right. Wait, maybe I have that back. Well, not exactly backwards, but I might have that wrong. But it's like, I can reasonably expect it to run a hell of a lot better. Ah, there we go. Thankfully, I've done enough videos with these overlays that I know exactly what to look for. If it's faster than 1/3 speed, it's faster. I just have no idea how much faster it might be. Yeah, and it's not only, clock speed's faster, the IPC will be greater as well. I also did put in more and faster RAM. I upgraded that as well. What I had in before was 3,000 megahertz for mega transfer. 16 gig of that, and I think it was CL16. CL16 is still the same, but now it's 32 gig and 3600 megatransfers per second. So appreciably faster memory there, especially because that means that the Infinity Fabric. Oh man. Oh wait, no, that's because they are. But especially because it means the Infinity Fabric can run at 1800 megahertz. Because the actual megahertz speed of the of the memory is what for Ryzen 5000 and 3000 the Infinity Fabric base is based on. It's actually not 1-to-1 always. Sometimes it would be multiple, but generally, if you can get it to be 1-to-1, you want to have it at 1. In theory, it might have been able to handle if I got 3800 mega transfers, but yeah, I didn't feel like like spending all that extra for what might not have actually been that big a deal. And no, it seriously would have been a lot more. I mean, this memory was like 150. I think it would have been like, actually no, it was 160. It would have been more like 300 to try to get even 16 gig of 3800. And also the timings would have been correct. Would have been worse than the... I mean, CL16 isn't great, but it's not terrible. It did occur to me, though, wait, that's the same speed of memory I have in the desktop. And same capacity. I've been running these at, it's a quad-channel kit in the desktop, though, because it's Threadripper. But I've been running the 3600 CL16 at 3200 CL14, because that was the sweet spot for original Ryzen. Which is what the 1950X is. It is, original Ryzen, so it makes sense to... It made sense at the time to have it there, and I've just left it at that. I felt no reason to go to any other configuration for that. And there's also not, like, any of that Infinity Fabric stuff. So one thing, I had to update my drivers the other day, and I don't know, maybe it might be the level, or it might be that this game likes this. Because this is a lot more stable than I'm used to seeing in this game. Yet Windows decided, I'm going to update your drivers. You didn't ask me to, but I'm going to do it. I don't want you to do it. I already did it. I told you not to do it. I already did it. So it took a couple restarts before Windows finally actually finished. And then I had to, because like, well, I do actually use the Adrenaline interface stuff, and it's like, that didn't get installed. Okay, then. Looks like I just need to reinstall the latest drivers. Which would include the OpenGL stuff, which wouldn't have any relevance here. Yeah, this is direct. I think it's DirectX 9, but it is DirectX. That's it for this. But it is, I mean, it's like, this is keeping right at 60. I did unfortunately discover that it had reset a bunch of the, well, actually all the graphics settings. But, yeah, it's going fine. But yeah, Windows should not update your graphics drive. They should ask. Because it also, what did it do when it installed them without telling me? It basically disabled the drivers that are already there, such that now things are telling me, hey, DirectX doesn't work on your GPU. What? No, seriously, that's the message I got. DirectX doesn't work on this GPU. Yeah, I hope it's not. But at least now I know if that ever happens again, assuming I remember, that the solution is restart a few times to let Windows sort itself out, and then fix it. Because it did sort itself out. It shouldn't have needed to, but it did. And by shouldn't have needed to, I mean, I told it, I paused the update because like, hey, should I install this? It's like, no, I don't want you to even think about doing this. Pause the update, which other updates, that actually does stop it. Nope, it already did stop. I think this room's actually clean. It is so hard to see. I don't know. I can talk about, and I mean, I've talked about this kind of stuff before, is I am curious to see how I will enjoy working with 5800X3D. Because I was thinking about getting more of this stuff. Nah, we'll just. Because what I would like to see as a Threadripper that I could build a system would be like a 24 core, because I got a 16 core and I'm very happy with it. I really am, and it's just I feel I don't need 32. I don't need to go to 32. If I did, I'd be tempted to. Well, I wouldn't actually want to give up 64 threads, but I would be tempted to be like, yeah, I don't need them. Turn off hyperthreading, SMT. Turn that off. As that I probably wouldn't, just because the whole why would I want to give up 64 threads? But it would be tempting. If only for the why not just let it be 1-to-1. But at 24, it's like, okay, then that's 48 threads. Yeah, I can just leave that there. I don't need to do anything weird or wonky. But I would also like it. Because, I mean, the reason why I still want Threadripper is the whole doing what I'm doing right now, where I'm recording and playing at the same time on the same system. But I do also not always record while gaming, so it would be neat if it could also be with the 3D cache to help ensure that game performance is solid. No idea if they will do that. No idea what the pricing will be either. They should have the technical, AMD should have the technical capability for it. Oh, that's a problem. Because there is at least one SKU of the Epic CPUs that do have the 3D VCAP. Like, that is a thing. But, I don't know if that will come to Threadripper or what the price would be. I know that I paid $1,000 for the 1958. It won't happen, but I would love it if I could stay within the, say, $1,500 range. I mean, it's like, that I think, if you're gonna, I feel like if AMD cares about original Threadripper owners, and I'd like to believe that they do, it's just these things have conspired to basically like, yeah, we can't offer everything there that we may want to, or that the customers may want. I think that would be a good price range, and okay, it's fair. The whole we're not doing that with 3D cache. You want that much? Okay, you can have that much, but not with 3D cache. But yeah, that's where I'd like to be. Price and performance. Although I've not talked about clock speed, but I mean it's what you'd expect from Zen 4 or Zen 5. I actually don't. Threadripper shouldn't wait. Because like as long as they don't have supply issue, Threadripper should not be waiting. Zen 5. but I can understand them being like, yeah, we're gonna... It would be, and I know I've talked about this before. Threadripper would be the smallest market for them. The largest two would be Ryzen, like just normal consumer Ryzen, and Epic. So if resources are constrained, that's where they need to focus. Got it, no problem. As they get more resources, get more supply, going to Threadripper Pro does make some sense, because they're gonna make more money on that than normal Threadripper. It's like, I mean, because those are systems that, with qualification and all that, yeah, that would be thousands of dollars more money than normal Threadripper. I'm thinking about it this way. A normal Threadripper system, you could probably build... I mean, I built mine for like between $2,000 and $3,000. Okay? Threadripper Pro, with basically identical hardware, it's just the Pro has gotten extra validation, which, yes, is an extra cost on AMD to do, but that can be offset. There are ways, because I think some companies would partner with them and so wouldn't cost AMD quite as much, because it would be shared. The cost would be shared. But that would, as comparable system, but now Threadripper Pro, I could see being on the order of $10,000, because you're also paying for that validation. And in theory, Threadripper Pro, there might actually be a better quality silicon than normal Threadripper, but it wouldn't be the only way you can get this quality is by getting Threadripper Pro. It would be you might get it with Threadripper, but you guarantee it with Threadripper Pro. It would be kind of that situation, I think. But it's still, I'm just like, that's a huge markup there just for Pro. And I get it. I don't fault AMD for that. I don't fault Intel for that. I don't fault NVIDIA for that. I don't fault any of them for doing stuff like that. Because what you're paying for there is worth money, and it's also the people who care about that work for companies that will pay for it. And everyone else, because it's like, oh, well, that's something that creators will care about, don't you? I mean, you're a creator too, don't you care? It's like, yeah, but I don't need that kind of production level. It's like, my situation isn't if the system is down for an hour, I've lost days of work. But that's, I mean, even the system being down for a few minutes can cost days of work in some situation. That is not at all my situation. So... that would not stay. So, it's like that peace of mind is worth the money, and to those companies, I mean, it makes sense to do what you can to protect against any issue. I just hope that they, and I mean, it's a concern a lot of people have for a lot in the tech industry, that a lot of companies in the tech industry, that they might decide that, hey, people were comfortable paying so much money before, why don't we keep having them pay that much? And it's hard to break that logic, short of just saying, yeah, but there's, I mean, you got the Laffer curve kind of stuff, where it's like, you make, there's two variables in the function for profit. One is the price, the other is the number of sales. A lower price produces more sales, therefore a lower price can actually produce more money than a higher price. But that's, finding the right spot on the curve is tricky, because you don't always know what the demand is. Because there would be some leeway. You can have a situation where it's like, yes, you could raise, and Threadripper would definitely be in this, would be the kind of piece of technology, kind of product, that it's like, take the 1958. I actually had said to myself before it came out, if they offer 16 threads, 16 cores, 32 threads at $1,000, I'm buying that. It's like at $1,000, I'm comfortable with that. Okay. Now, technically though, I could have, if they had decided, it's 1,200, I still might have been like, yeah, I'll do that. That's not to say I would, but it would have been possible to me. It wouldn't have been I can't possibly do it. I wouldn't have been as happy about it, but I still would have been able to do it. So you do have a certain range where it's like, you'll get the same number of sales. So you can try to push up to the higher end in that case. Like, there's bands. And I'm not saying that as I know that's an aspect of the Laffer curve. I'm saying that as I know that as far as psychology goes. That it's like, you might say, I have a budget of $1,000, but in reality, it's like, I can do 1,200 if I have to. And there's going to be a lot of people that figuring out where that is. And right now, I think that might be the actual thing that's so skewed at the moment. Where people were like, you had enough people that were like, I can stretch my budget to that. I don't want to, but I can. And that's not where you want to be. You don't want to be taking advantage of that for too long, because that will tire people out. And tired is the right word there. It will exhaust people and be like, I just don't want to spend this money now. It's like, I already spent so much on this, I already spent so much on that, how can I spend more on this? It's like, you don't have a limited amount of potential sales there, potential income. And it is kind of funny. I was saying tired, exhausted. It's like, you do not have inexhaustible sales. And I think that might be what people at some companies at the moment are neglecting. When you see things like I'm true, this is NVIDIA. NVIDIA doesn't, they don't. But how they're pricing the 4090 and the 4080. And the 4080, because they had the two. Was that since the last one? Here I did? I don't remember. But it's like, that's exactly it has been valid to say of NVIDIA for quite a while that they don't care about their consumers, about their customers. They don't. But it's like the 4090 and 4080 stuff. Well, 4090 pricing and the two 4080s is just like further confirmation of that. And something that's like finally getting a lot of people to recognize that, oh yeah, they really are not nice to us. And it would be an element of NVIDIA just trusting that these people will stretch their budgets for them. But they are getting exhausted from it, I think, especially because it's so blatant at this point. It's like, you cannot say that, no, the 4090 is actually worth that much. It's not. It isn't. It's just NVIDIA realizing that we've got people that will pay that much, so we're going to make them pay that. And I get, it is the most powerful GPU at the moment, but it's like, AMD is going to release a 7900 XTX at $1,000. It isn't out yet. It will be by the time this video is out. A lot of things will be out by then, because this will be in February or March. I don't quite remember, but it's like, this is early December. But it's just the whole, that's going to be $1,000, and except in ray tracing stuff, which I don't think is all that valid, and that I know I've talked about. Except for that, it'll probably be screaming the 4080. That's was that a $1,200 GPU? Maybe a little bit more? And it's like, what is the 4080 gonna offer? It's like DLSS 3.0. Big deal. There's actually reasons to not like that. Ray tracing. Big deal. It's not, I mean, it's really not that kind of thing. And as I've said before, right now ray tracing is at best a horizontal image quality move compared to rasterization. Why are you willing to compromise your performance that much for something where it's like, it looks kind of sort of better, but is it necessary? No. So it's like DLSS 3 is a dubious technology in my opinion. Ray tracing is just hype more than actual substance. So why wouldn't you save the money and get what'll... I mean, I am only guessing. In case that wasn't clear, it's like, because this hardware is... Wait, no, is the 4080 out yet? Maybe it is. I don't even remember. I've been that busy with that. But it's like... You could just pay more to get not as good of performance with features that really are probably not what you are going to care too much about. I mean, why would you do that? Because it's an NVIDIA GPU is why. It's like, that's not a good reason. And that is honestly part of the reason that AMD has been enjoying any success. Is because they have been undercutting. They had been playing as the underdog for so long against both NVIDIA and Intel. And it is sad that it does seem like they are at times deciding we're not going to be the underdog. We're not going to compete as the underdog anymore. It's like, that's what got you here. I get that you want to be the premium product brand, or at least recognized as premium products. I get that. But you're gonna... I do believe that they would enjoy more success by being the premium at good price company as opposed to just premium pricing, but premium products and pricing. Sorry. I mean, it's kind of like the whole, you see this with browsers currently. There's so many are just Chrome, are based on Chromium. And also you've got some where it's like, I mean, I haven't used Firefox in so long, but the common critique I've seen of it, and it's like, yeah. I mean, I use Waterfox, so it's a variant. There's a fork of it. So there's plenty that's similar, but there's also stuff that is different. But some of the stuff I've seen and heard about concerning Firefox, it's like, instead of deciding to differentiate Firefox from Chrome in order to succeed and compete, Mozilla's response has been, we're going to try to emulate everything that Chrome does. Like, some of that stuff is, like, really contrary to what previously had been, like, the principles of Mozilla. It's what we're doing. It's like, you're not very smart people, are you? I mean, seriously, Google is terrible. And I know that that's something a lot of people wouldn't argue on. What is going on? Why is, like, none of this going on? But I mean, it's like, they really are bad. If you just can look up the story about the original version of Edge, the pre-Chromium version of Edge, and its video acceleration, that's... Hard OCP I know had that. I don't know how many other places had it. But I'm just like, that's really an important story in showing how Google is in fact not a good company. And I'm pretty sure I have shared it before. I can share it again. It's an easy enough one. And I need to talk about something for the next 10 minutes. So the engineers at Microsoft that worked on the original version of Edge, they were very happy. They worked so hard to optimize that code for video playback. So I just wanted to quickly look down at the oximeter. So it's the original Edge, very efficient, very, very fast and efficient at processing video. Not like what I'm going to be doing with this video later, but like just decoding it from YouTube and stuff. And YouTube was in fact one of the examples, and it beat Chrome. Like, it actually bested Google's own browser at working with Google's product YouTube ever since they acquired it. It's like, that's a big deal. So what did Google do about that? They, instead of just trying to come up with their own optimizations that might be able to beat Edge's, they decided, okay, we are going to put this invisible overlay on YouTube that blocks the Edge code from recognizing that this is video that it can accelerate by this special, advanced, awesome code, so that then Chrome would have the advantage. They cheated, in other words. I mean, it's like this would be considered an anti-competitive and monopolistic tactic. But it's what they did, and no one's going to call them out on it because it's Google. And it's also, I don't think that kind of behavior is actually regulated, at least for internet kind of stuff. But I mean, it very plainly unethical. It might actually be illegal. I just don't know what the potential would be for prosecuting that. But it's like, Google's not a company to emulate. It's a company to compete with and defeat. Because, I mean, think about it. If that's their response to successful competition, is to just cheat, there's probably a lot. They're probably not actually working at producing the best products they can. So that means there's room for better products to be made. Actually, I'll make it. Unfortunately, I mean, I would love to do something like that. I got no skills necessary for managing that, though. Well, that's a problem. At least the spill isn't hero. At least as small as it can take. But it is also, I mean, I know I've complained about YouTube in the past, and I still have the same complaints even. Because there's a lot of stuff that they just haven't improved on. And I don't know why. I'm like, seriously, if you look at, what does it seem like YouTube does for their improvement stuff? They come up with a new UI. They don't come up with new features, they just come up with a new UI. Like, has no one pointed out to them that that doesn't make sense? It's like, people care about features. I mean, yeah, the UI is important, but it's like, why have I seen so many changes to the UI over the years? But it's like, since I started this channel, I have kept a Monday-Thursday schedule for the heart rate videos like this. And then I added a Tuesday schedule for the gaze tracker only videos, right? I've been doing that for years. I think I've seen YouTube update its UI 2 or 3 times in all this, okay? But what they haven't done is made any improvement to the scheduling system. I don't count the Premiere thing as improvement, but I think that was actually in that time period. Right? They haven't touched that, and there is some very, very easy ways, well, obvious ways, I mean by easy, to improve it. Like one being having it automatically tie into a Google Calendar. So it's like I have to, every time I put up a video, add that manually to the public calendar I have for this stuff. But it's like, that should just be a feature. I should be able to, because it's a Google Calendar, it should just be a YouTube calendar that I can view and share as I wish. But for whatever reason, nope, they cannot figure out that that's going to be a desirable feature. In the 6 years I've been doing this, because I started in 2016. I think it was. So that is so annoying. Another one though would be if you could. I know it's a little bit early, but seriously, that's saved. I mean, I'm getting used to games that take a long time to save. In order to try to make sure I hit like 3 videos, I'm gonna make these a little shorter. But another feature I would love is if I could just have it set Monday, Wednesday schedule, and then just, select a bunch of videos, be able to set the order and be like, put these on the Monday, Thursday schedule. I don't know if I did say Monday, Wednesday earlier, but, on the Monday, Thursday schedule. It's like, I want these videos in this order coming on that, and it should just automatically populate that. That would be such a quality of life improvement. Truly, truly an amazing thing, and a lot of people would love it and take advantage of it. 6 years, nothing like that has been touched. Nothing like that has been developed. I'm glad I don't pay money to YouTube, because it's really a product that doesn't receive any innovation. The innovation is the people using it, not the people making it. So yeah, I don't like Google. Alright, stopping this one out. I don't think my heart rate is actually at 92. See, now this is weird. I'm actually watching my heart rate and it's falling. Normally, when I look at the graph, it starts going up. Yeah, anyway, see you next time.